Hello, everyone. My name is Denham Lovett, and today I will be talking about a critical topic that I believe is important in our day and age. And that is, hello, everyone. My name is Denham Lovett, and today I'll be talking about a critical topic that I believe is so essential to learn and to be able to identify in our day and age, and that is how to identify fake news. As consumers of information on a day-to-day basis, it's essential that we're able to navigate the vast landscape of media and to be able to use our own discernment and our critical thinking skills. So let's dive into how we would put that into play. So the first thing that I feel is the most important, if you're going to be able to identify fake news, you have to be able to understand fake news first. So, what is the definition of fake news? Fake news refers to false or misleading information that is presented as legitimate news. It can oftentimes be spread through social media, and it really plays a part in our public opinion and even our behavior. So, it's so important to be able to recognize whether this news is fake or if it is a credible source. I honestly could not think of a time that I have scrolled through and watched a news outlet and been able to say they were 100% a credible source. And so it's so important that we're able to use our critical thinking skills, but also able to inform ourselves to be able to determine whether information is true or fake. It's so crazy because I feel like in our society, news is constantly something that's being twisted. And so I believe that these two practices that I'm about to go into today are something that's really going to make a big difference on how we receive media for the rest of our lives. So the first thing that we want to do is to put the five-step critical process into play. This is a process that you can do daily when you receive media, whether that's through social media, on television, through the news, an article, however you are receiving your media, you can really put this into play. The first step is being able to analyze, examining patterns and structures. The second step is interpretation, being able to determine the underlying meaning of things. This is something that I feel like is really important and that helps me a lot of times to be able to determine whether a news source is credible or not. When you're able to realize the meaning behind a message or the reason why they're doing something, it tells you a lot about the source. Um, and that tells you if they are credible. And that leads into our next one, evaluation. Being able to realize if they are credible and valuable. If a source has not been credible in the past, they most likely are not credible now. So being able to determine whether a source is credible, whether a source has the education that is needed in order to be able to state what they're stating, whether a source in the past has had accusations of not being a credible source. All of those things are very important in being able to determine whether the information that you are receiving is accurate. The last step is actually putting it into play. It's very easy to be able to use our critical thinking skills and just kind of forget about it, but really being able to exercise that and put it into action is so important. The next thing that we can do is to apply the CRAP test. This is something that is used to be able to determine if information is true or not. And so we want to be able to identify five things. The first thing is the currency. Is this information up to date? Is it relevant? Is it something that is posted with older sources that are not up to date? Being able to determine this is something that's really important. The next thing that we want to go into is the relevancy of it. Is it relatable to your needs? Is it answering the questions that you may have? What is the intended audience for this? What is the relevance of this? The authority. Who is the source? This is something that's so important. Whoever is relaying you the source will tell you enough. Is it a publisher that may have a background of twisting where it's most likely not a credible source? If it's a sponsor, also not a credible source because they're trying to make money from this. Is it an author who is credible and has a credible organization that they're representing? They most likely are portraying accurate information. Being able to use those critical thinking skills that we talked about in the last slide and put those into play. The next is accuracy. Is the information that they are putting out accurate? Are you able to research the topic and see that several other credible sources are contradicting what they're saying? And the last thing is the purpose. Like I said, the purpose and the intention behind the information that they're sharing oftentimes can tell you everything you need to know about whether a source is credible or not. Oftentimes it's right in front of you. If you don't feel like they have pure intentions, then they most likely are giving you information that is biased. Recognizing red flags, being able to recognize certain indicators can help you spot fake news too. So being cautious of certain headlines that might lack credibility. They might have poor grammar or spelling errors, even emotional manipulation. All of these are common tactics that are used to deceive people that are taking in the information, whether that's through reading, watching, images. They all are tactics that are used to deceive people. It's so important. To me, the biggest thing that sticks out is that emotional manipulation. I think it's very easy for us as the public to be emotionally manipulated by people, whether it's something that we agree with and a personal story that really just pulled our heartstrings. All of those are different ways that they're manipulating you to receive this fake news and to believe it. And it's important as the public that we are informed and that we do not let ourselves be deceived by fake news. So on the left-hand side, you're able to see the Onion. This is a picture of a news article. And to me, from first glance, it looks pretty legit. However, it's not. And so, if you're able to research, you're able to see that this is not accurate information they're putting out there. However, it looks like a news article, and at first glance, you would think it was, but it's not. On the right-hand side, you're able to see Kamala and Trump shaking hands. This looks accurate. This looks as if it happened in real life. However, little do we know it's AI generated. And this is another thing that we're going to come into as a generation that has social media that is ever changing. Being able to determine if something is AI generated is also important, and it can be deceiving. And in situations like this, it looks accurate. However, it's not. Another thing that we're able to do is fact check. We have the internet at our fingertips. We use it every single day. Being able to fact check information is so important. Also, cross-referencing, going to a source that you know is 100% credible and seeing if their information that they are putting out is the same as the information that you are seeing will tell you enough. If you were able to see that it is accurate and that multiple credible sources are saying the same thing, then that gives you the answer in itself. Also, again, checking dates on information. They're using old sources, it's not accurate. Our world is ever changing. Every single day, our world changes. So their dates need to also be up to date as well. So those are the steps that I believe will help us become critical consumers um, of news. Being able to apply that critical process, the CRAP test to be able to evaluate, recognizing those red flags, and utilizing fact-checking sources. By developing these skills, I truly believe that we as a society will be able to contribute to be more informed and to be able to be a more discerning society, which is so important in a world where information is constantly twisted and manipulated. And so in the end, I kind of just wanted to leave it off lighthearted. We're able to see two different pictures of two different sources, and on one side is the real news, on the other side is fake. Um, and being able to see that with both of these, it's very little things. Um, and you wouldn't be able to point them out at first, but that's why it's so important to be able to really use our critical thinking skills to put those into play, to fact check, to be able to see those red flags, cross-reference. Um, Putting all those into play, I believe, will make us a society that is no longer deceived by fake news. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much.